This is Margaret in Windsor. I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace in 1941, and this is and brought to Moulton, Alabama, and given the name of a twin, Peggy Ann Dempsey. I married a Childers, and I'm continuing this. I just read what's an eviction notice, really, without being from affordable corporate suites, which is you have to know the background on it. They didn't mind doing what the cops had them, and this is true, told them to do. They have soaked me in chemicals. They've opened and come in the door. If I when I was even afraid to go and jog because I'd come back in my bed and I couldn't wash it. I would be washing every day. So anyway, this has been going on at every place I went, and you know how this makes me sound. So I'm going to, I got the letter today from here, which should have been halfway nice, to where I had to leave because of my immune disorder and the chemicals. They weren't going to change them to, it's a sick joke, and they don't want it told. No one does. I found out that in '83 I'd been kidnapped, and my father's King Edward VIII. And it was a legal takedown, a 99-year seal put on it, and they had my father marrying Wallace Simpson, which is a total lie. So that's how history has been changed. This is the double that married Simpson. Now then, this is my uncle who helped the Kennedy. Joe Kennedy was ambassador to England, sent there to Roosevelt. This is Uncle George, illegal, that helped take down his own brother with lies and kidnapped me in '41 with the Kennedys, Rothschilds, Rockefellers, Bilderbergers, the Illuminati or New World Order. Now then, so that's what this is really all about. My father was married to Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, Windsor, an American Irish, and she is the sister of artist Georgia O'Keefe. Now then, I want to show you this. I was brought here and dropped off in a pigsty in '41. And it's Moulton, Alabama. It was near Cortland Air Base, so I assumed that it was being built there in '41. And I assumed that I was flown in there. I don't know. So later, about 45 miles from there, became NASA. It's Redstone Arsenal, Command Center and everything in Huntsville, and then later NASA in the early '50s. Now then, here is Peggy Ann Dempsey, and this is the name I have to go by. Childers. I married Childers. This is Lina. The mother killed the twins, and I was brought there and given the name of Peggy. Both twins had been killed by her, and it was covered up. She would have faced the gas chamber, so I was brought there. Now then, they were born out of wedlock, and she killed them. Now then, this is the birth certificate. If I get driver's license or state ID or anything, I have to use. Now then, the birth certificate is from Montgomery, Alabama, on the twins. Not supposed to be altered or it's illegal. Now then, here's what the state of Alabama did. They sent this, and this is the one that I have to use, Peggy Ann Dempsey. Both the twins are dead. And they've changed the birth dates, just marked through it, January the 2nd of '38. And here it shows the doctor that delivered the twins, Lina Dempsey. And now that I want to go here to Carl, the death certificate is totally bogus. It's redone, and even that's done up bad. No, he was murdered, but there wasn't an autopsy. There wasn't even a doctor. They just buried him. So here is Carl. His name was Carl Preston Dempsey. Okay, now Lina Dempsey is the mother. He's the twin. Here they've changed it on his birth certificate, the date. Because it didn't, I guess they thought I was going to absolutely die, which I've had antifreeze put in me and everything. So it's not from lack of trying on their part. But this is illegal. It says it right on the birth certificate. It's used for passports and legal. So they, here on Carl's, they mark through it and put January the 7th. But they leave it at, well, I guess they've tried to put, can't tell up there what they did up there. January the 7th, 19, what, 39? Oh, in other words, the 8th was down there, whatever month they were really born in, that Dr. Irwin delivered them. So they've crossed it out to make it correspond with the date they gave me, because they were evidently, from what I understand in growing up, they were about a year. I remember snippets of hearing it when I was little. They were born sometime in 38. So I was showing you that, and that's the reason for all this, my kidnapping and the fact that the New World Order did it, and my own uncle and helped in it, and there were treaties that were signed that are illegal. I'm the legal heir, Victoria II, and that's true. They've covered it up with a 99-year seal, and the treaties, like I say, are illegal, that allow the United States to put its military bases all over everything British. So look around you. Where's the colonies? And why is Area 51, the United States, remember, that didn't exist in New Mexico, and now it does? I'm trying to make sure I got the state right here. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. There's an Area 51 in Australia now, U.S. So they put their stuff, God knows what's really out there, other than they're doing mind control, and he just touched the tip of the iceberg on it. So anyway, they get people to comply, and they do the mess to me that's killed me. Nobody will touch it. The TV stations, all of them know about it. They're run by the Rockefellers and Rothschilds that kidnapped me. So I did want to mention one other thing. I wrote about mind control. Larry McDonald was a doctor congressman in Atlanta, the one that I ran in the campaign to replace him in '83 when the plane he was on went down. I wrote about mind control, and Larry Flint was shot in Lawrenceville, Georgia, and I was in Marietta doing the book. And he endorsed me for U.S. Congress, and I was flown to his home, and then he did this in April of '83. So my father never married this imposter, Mary Simpson. My father was married to American Claudia Ruth O'Keefe, George O'Keefe's sister. Now, then, here's just one of the mind control murders. They killed him. Timothy McVeigh, and he said that the U.S. Army put chips up his buttocks. So this was implantable biochips, and people don't like to believe that it's going on, and they're not immune. It's a weapon that's mass at this point, because Illuminati, Elizabeth is part of it, the illegal monarch, Charles, and probably, it's my understanding, all the presidents have been a part of the Freemasons, which is really the Illuminati with the Jews, and Kennedy's Irish, so there you go. Now then, I want to say, and this is going to go out, I work for the District Attorney Fred Simpson, and that's a play on words, in Huntsville, Alabama. He was the Madison County DA. Now then, Simpson, let me remind you, is the name of the woman that was supposed to marry my father, and that was a lie. So while I worked there, let me say this real quick before it goes off. John Lennon was shot that November of '80, and while I was working at Simpson's, and the person that shot him was programmed, and his name was Mark David Chapman. Now, my son's names are Mark and Scott, and they're heir to the British crown. My father was always called David, by the way, King Edward VIII. This is Gabby Gifford, Congresswoman in Tucson, Arizona, and she's married to Mark Kelly, who's the twin to Scott Kelly, astronaut. So there's more to